Alright, we are live with WeSpeak Easy doing the WeSpeak podcast. Today, my name is Politsky. I'm here with Brayden Smith, who's our intern for the last couple months, staying through the summer.
What up, what up?
So today we're going to talk about the Sixers draft lottery last night, what happened there, and where our picks are, what everybody wants to do. So I'm going to let B-Dog kick it off for us.
What's going on, everybody? So we're going to start this off talking about, so we all know Sixers got the number 3 pick in the draft last night. We swapped with Sacramento Kings. Would have got 5. Sacramento gets 3. We orchestrate the Hinkie pick swap, and we're going to start this with who each of us want and why. We'll start with John. Who do you want? What do you think?
I mean, I really want Markelle Fultz,
Of course.
but I don't think it's happened unless we can pull off a Hinkie trade. So unless we can find a way to, I don't know what the Sixers have that obviously we're not getting, the Lakers are taking Lonzo Ball.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's not, there's no way that doesn't happen.
Said he might only work out for the Lakers. I don't know if you saw that story today.
It's stupid. He went to high school there, he went to college there. The lottery's fixed. So can the Sixers trade somehow with the Celtics? I mean, the Celtics don't need a point guard.
That is true.
They have Isaiah
They don't
Thomas.
really need a guard.
They don't. They have Avery Bradley. They have Marcus Smart. So doesn't make
Josh
sense.
Jackson.
They're not. I mean, the point is, Markelle Fultz is going to be the number 1 pick in the draft.
You would think.
So what do the Sixers? How can the Sixers move up to 1? So we could trade the number 3 pick.
That was the second question on my list. We're jumping right in.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's good. I love it.
It's good.
Love it.
So they can trade Jahlil Okafor,
I'm a fan.
who's a
I'm
stiff,
trading that guy.
but he does give the Celtics a post presence that Al Horford really doesn't give them. He's more
True.
of a Horford's just more of an outside
Yep.
guy.
Stretch and defense. Exactly what Josh's not.
Exactly. Neither one. Or they can trade the Lakers pick next year, or the Sacramento pick in 2019. I mean, look on the bright side. Sacramento's going to blow for the history of the world.
Love it.
So that Sacramento pick is going to be a lottery pick for the next 50 years.
Seriously.
So
See if we can get some more of those.
I just don't know if Boston does, unless they trade. Like I'm looking right now that Chad Ford said they can trade the number 1 pick for Paul George or Jimmy Butler, which would be filthy for the Celtics.
That's the truth.
So let's get back to the original question because I don't think we're going to be able to trade. So at 3, Chad Ford has the Sixers taking Malik Monk.
That's intriguing.
I like Malik Monk
Love.
as a scorer and a shooter. My only problem with Malik Monk is I don't think he plays hard all the time. And
He disappears.
he does, and I worry about that already on this team with Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
But we all know that Joel Embiid plays hard, and
That's
he's
true.
infectious, and
Sarge.
he's going to have a great spirit. So does Sarge. So
We got to drop a TJ in there too.
TJ's the backup to the backup to the backup, but
But he
TJ's
played
going to
hard.
be on the team. I would say I would not take Malik Monk with the 3rd pick in the draft.
I would also not.
If I was 6 or 7, I would take Malik Monk.
Absolutely.
So then we get down to me, I think we have 2 choices. Jason Tatum's a fucking stiff. Sorry for your Duke team, but Duke does not
Love me
produce.
some Duke, but I'm not. I like Jason Tatum. I don't know if I want him there at 3.
Duke does not produce great pro play.
Not all the time.
Generally
That's true.
speaking. Now, John Calipari, on the other hand, he produces some pro players.
That's true.
So
He gets no championships, but it's all good though.
Sure. Coach K is a better coach.
That is true.
But, so I think it really comes down to De'Aaron Fox, who's jumping up on the boards.
True.
Josh Jackson, and my sleeper pick is Dennis Smith Jr.
Really? That high?
Yeah, my problem with
I think he's a beast.
I think he's a beast, and I think if he didn't tear his knee, he could be the number 2 or 3 pick in the draft. Although Ball's kind of where he is. I'm scared to take. I don't think the Sixers can take Dennis Smith with the 3rd pick in the draft because of all the injuries that we've had the past couple years. It's just scary. He blew his knee out. So I'm with you. I'm guessing you're going to say Josh Jackson.
So gun to your head, Fultz Ball, go 1 and 2. Who you grabbing if you have to stay there?
I probably go De'Aaron Fox.
You like De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah.
Even though with the shooting issues, you like De'Aaron Fox?
I do, yeah.
Got the speed, John Wall.
He's got speed. He's got, to me, he's got speed. He's got explosiveness. He's an amazing defender. He's tough. He's a good character guy. And again, like you and I were talking earlier, you could teach somebody to shoot.
And his shot's not broken. That's the key
it's
there.
not
broken at all. It looks good. You
Yeah.
just got to figure out how to make it.
Yep.
It's not Josh Jackson's jump shot that I don't even know. It looks like who taught him how to shoot, or Lonzo's.
Yeah.
We know who taught him how to shoot, by the way.
Yeah.
We're not even going to drop that name in this podcast. I promise.
So, to me, De'Aaron Fox is a good pick because I think guys that are competitive and that work hard find a way. I mean, look at guys like Kemba Walker and Isaiah Thomas and these guys who just have this like super hard work ethic.
Absolutely.
I'd rather have that on my team.
I hear you. Now, so for me, if it does go full ball as we're all expecting, I go Josh Jackson. Just think that you need somebody. No one can guard LeBron or Durant or anything like that. We're not going to pretend anybody can do that. Kawhi can't even do that. But you got to have somebody that can try to slow him down. And I think that, I think Ben could be a good defender. I don't think he will ever be as good of a defender as I think Josh Jackson's going to be the second he steps on the floor.
I agree.
I just think I've heard many people drop that he's the hardest worker they've seen in this whole draft class. I just think if he's there at 3 and you're planning on staying there and taking the best player is Josh Jackson, and along with that hard work thing, like you said, you could teach him to shoot, and you know he's going to work at it, and he'll figure it out. He'll be at least a little above a passable NBA three-point shooter with huge defensive upside and athleticism, and I just think I think you could do a heck of a lot worse than Josh Jackson. I think you're going to be fine there.
I agree totally. I think he's great. I think he'll be a great NBA player. I do worry that he's ever going to be more than I guess my thing is he reminds me a lot. He's smaller and he's more athletic. He reminds me a lot of Nerlens in that you knew coming in Nerlens was going to be an amazing off-the-ball defender, and that you hoped that he could improve his shot, and you hoped that he would be a better rebounder, and he's never really kind of hit the point where I think everybody thought he could, not yet anyway.
And even that ugly shot, he started making a few of them from the free throw line.
Yeah, and Josh Jackson's a way better scorer.
Absolutely.
Josh Jackson reminds me of Kevin Durant a little bit, but Kevin Durant had a silky smooth jumper.
Absolutely.
At Texas.
That's the biggest difference there. So that's my train of thought.
There's also a lot of buzz on Jonathan Isaac, but he scares the shit out of me. He's the guy that they say.
I agree. I like him.
Lowest basement, highest ceiling.
Yep. I hear you.
So
I like him a lot.
He scares me.
Very raw, but a lot of talent.
I don't go near him at 3.
Not at 3.
No.
I just wanted to quick drop this in there. How do we feel about Rashawn Holmes as an off the bench 5 for 10 years?
I like him. He works hard.
That's my guy.
He's a really good defender, really good rebounder. It seems like the team loves him. It seems like he works hard.
Busts his ass.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's a freak athletically. He can't shoot either. I mean, nobody on the Sixers.
A little bit he can. A little bit.
Yeah, but you're talking 5 feet and in. I mean, you got nobody. I mean, Rashawn Holmes will chuck up a 3.
Yeah.
So
a little bit. He will.
You got. I mean, the Sixers have a lot of guys who are high on athletic ability and low on.
Can't shoot.
I mean, Ben Simmons. We don't even know if Ben can shoot. I mean, Ben was not a great shooter.
No. Another one that doesn't look broken, but it looks a little funky.
Yeah. But again, his upside is all passing and basketball IQ and everything.
And just to bring it up, why I brought up Rashawn Holmes, I'm on the record saying that Rashawn Holmes better career than Nerlens Noel.
I agree.
Just wanted to drop that into it.
I totally agree.
So
I think if Nerlens would have went to a contender, I think he would have been a great piece for San Antonio or something like that.
Not a foundational one, but a good piece.
Absolutely.
I agree. So to piggyback on the Markelle Fultz talk to go up to 1, we discussed it a little bit, but what would you give up to go up to those 2 spots? What's the max you'd give up for that?
I mean, number 2, I don't even fuck with because I think the Lakers are taking Ball, and everything I read was the Sixers wanted Ball. I don't know why. I mean,
better not.
Unless
I'm out.
I don't understand why you would take Ball with Ben Simmons.
No, it doesn't make sense. Terrible fit, and you got to deal with that man that follows him around.
Yes, and I'm already worried about Ben Simmons, who's a little bit of a prima donna.
A little bit.
So I don't want to, and I don't think Lonzo Ball's a prima donna. I just think that his dad's a loose cannon. Although I wouldn't, if I was the Sixers and we didn't have Ben Simmons, I would take Lonzo Ball.
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. He's
Absolutely.
an amazing passer, great player.
Was probably my favorite player to watch this whole year.
Yeah.
Markel was fun to watch, but his team was so bad it wasn't even like watchable.
Yeah, and look,
Favorite
say
player
what
to
you want.
watch.
De'Aaron Fox ripped Lonzo Ball apart in the tournament.
He did.
He also plays for Kentucky.
It's true.
So I don't really hold that against Lonzo Ball, although he did not play well in that game. But that's all right. But to get to number one, I would definitively give up this year's number 3. I would give up next year's number 1 or 2019, not both. And then I would basically say run down my roster and tell me who you want, with the exception of
Embiid, Simmons.
Yeah, and I would even think about
Maybe
Sarge. I would
maybe.
think about it. I mean, if they said the number 3 and Sarge,
Well, hell, then you do that.
Go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you do that. But I don't
take
know
it.
if that would be enough. I highly doubt. I don't think that would be enough. You probably have to throw another one in there.
Okay.
Maybe one of your ones, because obviously the program is looking up for sure. The team is on the upswing. So if you give up one of your next 2 ones, I mean, who knows? That might fall in the 15 to 25
You would
area,
hope.
depending on how it goes. So if you give up one of those and Sarge and the 3 and move up, that's really intriguing for me.
yeah, when you think about it, if the Sixers pull in Fultz and Ben Simmons is healthy, and Ben Simmons plays the 1,
That
so you have
is so
Simmons at the 1,
scary.
Fultz at the 2, Covington at the 3. You got to think about your 4 now, because you're going to have to do something about the 4. But the 4, who knows? I mean, you can find a serviceable.
Sure.
And they got so much money to
Billy-
go out and sign free
Really,
agents.
so.
Seriously, why did we get rid of?
Well, I heard he might be coming back.
Yeah, I mean that's
Wouldn't-
to me that
would
was
not be
super
opposed.
smart.
No,
And then you have
guy.
Embiid at the 5. You have Rashawn backing them up, and then you can fill your bench. You got TJ. You got some other guys there.
Funny story about Elise.
Yeah.
I pointed out. I think they played. I can't remember. Was he with the Pistons right before he came to the Sixers?
Yes.
They played the Pistons one day this past season, and he did his whole flop thing that he always does. Every time I see him play, he's flopping all over the place. And I tweeted, I said, literally my worst favorite player in the NBA, or Sonny Silva, cannot stand him. 1 week from the moment I sent that tweet, the Sixers picked him up with the trade.
And he was
so I
great.
tweeted, "You've got to be kidding me!" And then I fell in love with him.
Yeah,
and I don't even think it was just a hometown he's on my team thing. I really just didn't like him, and then I actually got to appreciate his game. He shoots it well. He
works.
picks
so
maybe
hard.
too many shots sometimes, but
So-
I mean, I love it. It's okay the way he shoots. I'm more than okay with most of those shots.
I agree. And then if you really look at their team at that point, they have to make the playoffs. I mean, with that,
Absolutely.
starting 5, as long as Embiid stays healthy for 60
Absolutely.
games, that team makes the playoffs. And then you're
And you already have a bench built up somewhat.
yeah.
TJ coming off the bench is more than a serviceable backup point guard.
Absolutely. You got Jared Bayless coming off the
Bayless,
bench.
depending on what happens with the starting lineup with Covington, Saric, both of those, or one of them could come off the bench. Rashad Holmes, we mentioned. I mean, you certainly have a bench already. So
Yeah.
if you can just, instead of your starting 5 and your bench players all being bench worthy, you can have a starting lineup separate from the bench.
Sure.
Should be okay.
I agree.
So the next question, unless you had anything to add, that we have on the agenda would be, how interesting is the idea of giving up number 3 to slide back to numbers 5 and 10 and fleece Sacramento yet again?
Oh, that's just mean.
I don't know if Sacramento would do it, but we've seen them do some things that aren't so smart before. So
That's really
I
mean.
want to give credit to the man who I said that, who saw this.
I mean that's
Who said it, I
intriguing.
should say.
5 and 10 is intriguing because
There's your Monk at 5, or maybe even there's your Fox if that's where you want to go.
I don't
maybe Tatum.
I don't think Fox is on the board at 5.
You don't think?
No, because I think if we're trading 3, I think Fox goes 3. If Fox goes 3, Josh Jackson definitely goes 4 to Phoenix. They don't need a guard. Jackson's a way better fit for them. And then we wind up at 5, so maybe we wind up with Malik Monk there.
That's what I'm saying. Malik Monk, and then 10. If Isaac's sitting there, you take a flyer on him at 10. Absolutely, you do. I think.
I don't mind him at 10. I don't mind the kid from France at 10.
Right. If you're taking Monk, that might be. We'll
Yeah, I
see.
mean, that's going to eliminate it.
But
Or you go Zach Collins. who's- I'm really scared
I know
of
you
tall
like.
white
I
guys.
know you like him.
I'm really scared of tall white guys. But Zach Collins, people love him, and he's a stretch. I mean, he projects to me as a stretch four.
Could be.
You
have Markin in there in a similar mold as
I
well.
I mean, I watched him all year, and I do not think he's an NBA player.
Not a fan of Markin.
Nope.
Interesting.
You don't think so? And I mean, he fell apart in the tournament.
He
was
did.
Horrendous.
Very bad. It's true. And just the credit for this scenario of the 5'10" is Bobby Marks at Bobby Marks 42 from the Vertical Front Office Insider at the Vertical side. I just wanted to shout him out for that idea.
Shout outs to the Woj.
Oh, I had to. I didn't. That idea wasn't mine. You can't take it away.
It's
College student, they teach you. You know.
It's hilarious.
Even at Temple, we learned that. You know.
Although I just saw that Embiid came out and said the Cavaliers are going down to the Sixers very soon. So
What's
Joel Embiid said the Cavaliers are going down to the Sixers very soon.
Yes, that's what I like to hear. That guy's the man. He can say whatever he wants. I'm gonna love him.
He's so funny.
I'm gonna love him.
What else you got?
So the last question would just be, I added a little general question, a little non-Sixers question here just to close it out. So if you don't have any more Sixers to add, we'll go to it. And that is, what is the best part of summer out of these three choices?
Okay.
The beach. I know how you feel about the beach. S'mores with campfires. Just campfires. You know, like s'mores, you know, but that's usually part of it.
Yeah.
Or concerts / sporting event.
Concerts.
You going concerts?
All day, every day.
I'm right there with you.
I love me some s'mores. I'm not a big fan of the beach. I like the ocean, but I like to just look at it. I don't want to sit in the sand.
I'm right there with you.
And concerts are by far the best part of the summer.
Absolutely.
If you could see a couple good outside concerts, fire up the grill a little bit, sit outside. Even my favorite part, now I hate people, and I don't really enjoy tailgating. But for some reason, especially I know you're with your country concerts, you sit outside at a country concert, fire up the grill, and just have a couple beers. There's nothing better.
No, there's really
nothing
not.
better.
That's what I look forward to. That and football tailgating season are just like, tailgating's my thing.
Yeah.
Should have been my middle name, to be honest, but
Tailgate.
I don't know if my parents knew I was going to like it so much. You know, they
What's
probably
your,
don't like that I do.
What's your favorite out of that?
I'm with you on the concerts.
Yeah.
I hate the beach. I don't get a sunburn anywhere on the planet unless I'm at the beach.
Yep.
I could stand outside in Pennsylvania and just 12 hours straight in 90 degrees and I won't get burnt. The second I go to the damn beach, sit out on the towel, 45 minutes, I'm red, and I gotta go. And my mom and my little sister, they love the beach, man. They love it. Me and my brother and my dad, 45 minutes.
I'm so bored. Yeah.
So we always try to get a place close because we always know that we're not going to be leaving together. My sister and my mom will spend all day there. You know, pulling 8 to 5 at the beach. I'm pulling like an 8 to 8:35.
Yeah.
Saying I'm about to bounce out. Wait 10 minutes so everybody else is ready. And that's it. And yeah, like you said, sit on the porch and look at the ocean. I'm good with that. A little shade, a little covering.
I like it.
I'm alright with that. Totally alright with that.
So just so you know, Chad Ford's got your boy Luke Kennard going 12th.
No way.
To the Pistons. Yeah.
I don't want to root for the Pistons, but I love that guy.
Yeah.
You'd love him to be a Sixer.
I would love him to be a Sixer, but he, my concern with him is so my big thing when we got Nick Stauskas, right? For some reason, I don't know what Nick Stauskas' problem is, because the dude's a freak athlete, and he can
knock it down,
just blast from three. I don't know how that guy can't play in the NBA.
Me neither.
I can't
that dude goes out and dunks on people out of nowhere.
Dude, there's like plays during the year where I see him grab the ball like at the 3-point line and he takes 2 dribbles and he smashes on someone.
Yeah.
And then I don't see him for 2 quarters.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out. He can dribble.
Think about how much less problems there would be.
I don't get it.
Like, why can't he be almost JJ Redick with more athleticism?
Well, that's the thing. I think what it comes down to is he's almost too talented and he might be lazy or it might be a head case. Because if you look at somebody like Redick or Korver, they don't have that athleticism and they just rely on hard work and shooting. And that's it.
You got it.
And being smart. And Kyle Korver turned it into being an all-star. And JJ Redick might be one of the best shooters in the game.
And a Sixer, maybe.
Oh, come on.
You're not about that?
I would love JJ Redick.
Oh, you love it?
I would love JJ Redick.
That would be phenomenal.
I'll take him all day, every day. Again, he might be a little too old, but for where the Sixers are right now, because by the time the Sixers are good, that's like my big
You can't give him a long one.
He's 33.
Max 3 years. You can't give him more than 3, and he's going to probably get more than that somewhere.
So he'll be out. Same thing with Chris Paul. I love Chris Paul, But like, why would Chris Paul come here by the time we're good up? Same thing with Kyle Lowry.
Because he doesn't have a
right?
chip. He's got to go get a chip.
Kyle Lowry, sure, but he's not going to win one here in the next 3 years.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
And Kyle Lowry, I love as a player, and he works hard, and he actually weirdly I think he weirdly fits here.
I do
because
also. And he's from here.
Ben Simmons is 6'10", he's 6'1", so he doesn't have to guard those guys. But
True.
I don't know. I mean, to me, giving Kyle Lowry $40 million over the next 3 years.
And it'd have to be more than that. With the way these new contracts
he can get
probably
206 from Toronto. $206 million. That's not even real money. But I mean, they would definitely. My thing is, they would definitely make the playoffs next year, and then that fits your sign. Get Josh Jackson, right? Because you get Lowry, Simmons, Jackson,
Sarge
and
and
then Sarge and Embiid as your starting lineup. That's a playoff team.
That's a high playoff team.
I mean, it's like a 5 seed.
As long as it works.
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't work. I mean,
As long as it works, I think you're even higher than a 5 seed.
Simmons is never going to be a problem because he's never going to be a ball hog.
Absolutely.
He loves the pass.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to shoot.
Yeah. So Kyle Lowry will be a scorer.
I really think he's a perfect player to match. Like,
But he's already 31.
Right. Him and Fultz are so similar to me.
They are.
Just Lowry
Similar
with
players.
less athleticism.
Fultz is tall.
But yeah, and both can play perfect off the ball offense with Simmons. I think that they're both point guards by trade, but both could just Kyrie Irving play like I always compare when I'm thinking about who could play off the ball point guard with Simmons. I always think about the LeBron Kyrie. Who could be their Kyrie? It's got to be somebody who can shoot.
Yeah.
Lowry,
Need a
Fultz,
shooter.
both can.
Yeah.
Got to be able to break them down. They both can do it. They both can fill it up.
And
I
then-
really that's I think they're very similar, but like you said, one's 19 and one's 31.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
And again, I think he does make them better. It definitely would make you select Josh Jackson,
Absolutely.
and then I
That's
don't know.
interesting.
It's interesting.
That is an insane defensive lineup if you think about that.
Yeah, I mean,
And then
you
with Covington coming off the bench yet, that's insane.
And Kyle Lowry's got attitude,
Love
so
that.
you know
Bulldog.
Embiid's gonna love him.
Bulldog.
And then they're gonna. The one good thing is I think he immediately makes Ben Simmons a tougher player. Because I think Ben Simmons is gonna be a little soft.
I agree.
But that dude, I don't know. I just don't know.
I want to throw one more thing out there before we're done. 4 second-round picks.
Yeah.
Off the top of your head, any players that you think of?
In the second round, no. I mean, take a flyer. I mean, it depends on when people are going. Like
Right.
to me, I think a good sleeper pick is Justin Jackson from North Carolina.
Love that, but I think he's
love
gonna
his
go
game.
high.
I think he's going to go in like around 20.
Yep.
But you may be
He's
able
awesome. I hate UNC and I love that guy.
you might be able to jump in and get somebody like that later in the first round because if you have a couple second round picks, I mean,
Yeah, you can easily jump in if you want to.
yeah, and you can find a way. And this is a huge, deep draft. Next year's draft's not supposed to be good.
Exactly.
So why not trade the Lakers?
Get
pick?
'em.
I mean, even if you're
Go get
thinking you want somebody else, go get somebody.
Because the Lakers are going to get a free agent. It's bound to happen eventually. They're going to get this. They're going to get Lonzo.
That
They're not
Lakers
going to
pick
be
is
the
gonna
second
lose
worst
value.
team again.
No,
So
that's barely going to be a lottery pick.
it doesn't
next year.
hurt. You don't want to give up the Kings.
No.
But that Lakers one
Hey,
absolutely.
if I can get any pick from the Kings, first round pick, I'll take it from here to 2020.
Done.
As long as,
By 2020,
Vonnie Divac
you
is
need
there?
3,000.
yeah,
The year
it doesn't matter. It
3000,
literally
which
doesn't
takes
matter. They're a terrible franchise.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. So we are going to sign off for this week, and we will see you guys next week. We're going to try to do this every Wednesday or Friday. So again, my name is John Politsky, and I'm here with,
Brayden Smith, intern.
and we will see you guys next week.
Thank you.